Another project from TileMaster, and today what we would like to show you, how to cut tiles around the shower drain. Around the drain, the type that you can see over here, circular one. Same situation is regarding the square one. Square one is easier to cut, easier to measure, and you can buy square drains. You can find some in Home Depot or Lowe's, or you can find it online. Those will be the most convenient to do the cutting, but most of the times you will have the circular one, and I will focus on presenting you what it takes to do it right, to do it perfect. What we will need to do so: you will need a grinder with a diamond blade, and I'll show you this later. Wet saw will be very nice to have this cut professionally. Screwdriver, pencil, of course. You might be surprised, but actually measuring tape is not needed. Measuring tape is over there, but I'm not using measuring tape when it comes to cutting tiles around the circular drain. But first things first, of course, and of course, after you have the pen poured, the cement is in place. You can see it a little bit over here. What I'm always doing, I'm setting my floor tiles in place, figuring out all the cuts without actually gluing them to the floor. This way I have more flexibilities. I can always come back and redo something if I have to. On my video about how to tile shower floor, you can see all the steps and how this is done from A to Z project, how to tile the shower pan. And I'm also showing over there video of cutting around the drain, but today I will show you this in detail with the close-ups, how this is done. So those pieces that you can see over here are not glued yet. They just nicely laid in its position the way it's going to be later put in with the tin set. Okay, so the first thing in order for us to mark nice circle will be to unscrew the plate. I'm going to unscrew the metal trim that actually covers the hole, the drain. And sometimes it has screws, sometimes you can just snap this in. There are different types, so make sure to not lose the screws. I'm removing plate. Okay, so this is our plate, and we have all the edging exposed nicely. The way I'm going to mark the circle, I'm going to put piece of tile, this mosaic that I have left over from cutting out this square. I'm going to put it precisely where it's supposed to be, and through the grout spaces you actually be able to see the edges of the circle. So this is something that I'm doing. You see, I'm going to make sure that it joints nicely lining, and doing that way over here you can actually see the edge of our drain, and over here. So what I will do, I'm gonna put this trim that covers exactly where the edges of the drain appears to be. So it will be visible here, 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 here. In all those areas you'll be able to see the edges of the drain, and then all you will do will be just marking the line. But another tip about it, you see how the drain, how those tiles kind of flexes. It might be hard for us to really precisely to mark it. So one thing that I'm always doing to help me out a little bit, here I'm gonna put like a scraps of the floor tiles, and this way I have the pieces nicely laying in the corners. They will not bounce, so I can mark precise circle. This section will rest on the edge of the drain, and here the corners will nicely lay flat on those pieces of tile. So everything should be very nicely stable. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mark this circle. So I have make sure to have the very sharp pencil, and I'm kind of looking right now where the edges appears to be of the drain. Yeah, I'm making sure that everything nicely lines with the shape of the drain, that I can see through the grout spaces. So once I have this nicely in place, I'm gonna, with a sharp pencil, I'm marking line around this trim, metal trim. I'm never using any type of clippers or something to chip the tile. You can see some contractors will show you when they just do just any mark basing on a shape, and then they will use those hand kind of pliers to kind of remove the pieces of tile. I'm not even sure how this tool is called, because I hate this tool. This tool is crappy tool. I mean, it's helpful when you're doing brickwork maybe, but not for precise work in a bathroom. Nippers, so yeah, this is nippers. Nippers are, I don't know, for professional work, nippers are no good. There's no use for this particular tool. But the goal is, like I said, to nicely cut this with the professional tools, not the nippers, especially around the shower drain. So this is it. So marking this nicely all the way around. And once I have the mark, I'm going to remove it. You see, this is my circle over here. But this is not over yet. The next thing, as you can see on most of the drains, here's a lip. The lip is about a 1/16 of an inch. So what I'm always doing, we don't want to really go with the towel right against that. We need also a little bit of the spacing, separating the PVC element from the tile. So what I'm always doing, here I'm gonna mark the line with the hand. You can follow up this nicely with the hand, about 1/8 of an inch on the outside of my previous mark. This is the original location of the drain. So right now I'm marking about 1/8 of an inch all the way around the first mark I did. And this is actually the line that I will cut in a few moments. One of the other nice things when working on a shower floor is to make sure that actually tiles are nicely centered with the drain. Of course, we also have to nicely center this with the walls, the layout of the shower floor. But if you're starting from the scratch, you have all time and opportunities in the world to actually center the drain with the center of the shower floor. So this way you can have extremely nice cuts against the sides, and you can also have really nice cuts to the drain. This is what I did in this case, and this is what I'm always trying to achieve. Sometimes we have joists that not allowing us actually have a drain in the center. This is a different story. Then we just have to do what we can do. But I have the mark, I have the line all the way around. This is where the trim used to be, and this is where I'm going to do my cutting. So this is it, but as you can see over here I'm ending with a solid piece. Against this wall we have also solid piece, we have solid piece over here, and we have exactly nice and solid piece over here. Don't forget that actually those tiles always goes on top of the floor tiles. On top of the floor tiles and on top of the floor tiles. You can see all those informations in this other video of mine, but yeah, here focusing on a cutout. So I have this nicely marked. Another thing that you can do later to not get confused if the tiles are same or similar, because I'm gonna end up with a very similar cuts all over. You can put some numbers to remember what goes where, but I'm usually just fitting this nicely, and this is the way it's most of the times done. Alright, let's go to the garage and let me show you a little bit of the cutting, so stay tuned. Okay, so to do the cutting, the first cutting, we're gonna use a hand grinder with a diamond blade, and remember to use continuous rim type of blade. Some of blades does not have a continuous rim. What it means, it has empty spaces notched all the way around the blade. The one you want to make sure you have is one with a continuous rim, because it will give you nice chip-free mark. As you can see over here, this is the diamond, micro pieces of diamond melted with the steel. So I'm gonna start from slightly cutting out the edge, the outside edge of our marking, of our circle. Make sure to wear safety goggles. Peter has safety goggles and I do have safety goggles as well. So let's slowly start. Fire in a hole. Make sure before you put the grinder on the side that the blade is not turning, is not running. So what you can see, it's pretty much what I've been explaining you. I have this mark cut out with a blade. Yeah, I have. It's pretty loud over here, not only because of the grinder, but as you can see, we also have crew of landscapers making noise, making this job harder for me to explain you. I have to scream at this point, but yes, like I said, the mark is in a place. The next steps, what you can do, you can either try to cut it out with this grinder, but I'm doing this a little bit differently. I'm using wet saw. So let's move to the wet saw, and over here maybe I will have a little bit better convenient situation. Okay, so now once I have those pieces, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cut the mesh, because I will be working with each piece individually, cutting out this circle shape with a wet saw. It will give me very, very nice clean look of the edge. So we have 9 pieces. I'm gonna have them over here. So right now what I'm gonna do with the wet saw, I will be cutting out the bigger piece that is in this case waste. We saving this part, outside part of this shape, and the inside will be our trash. So I'm gonna cut out starting from here to here the entire element. As you can see, the most of it is gone. Right now, I'm cutting close to the edge, and I can still see the mark that actually grinder left. So once I eliminated majority of the inside piece, as you can see, now I'm gonna go with a wet saw blade with the side of the blade right to the lip where I had my original mark that was done with a grinder. So let me show you this real quick. It might be hard for you to see it. So the first piece is done. This is my first cut. This is the second one. Same situation. So like I said, using mainly the side of the blade, I'm traveling, following the notch that I had done with a grinder blade. And then it nicely removes all the material all the way to our notch that we did in the first place. We already have 4 or 5 cuts in place done. We have 3 more to do, but the goal always is to have the surface of the tile being flush with the drain. However, most of the times you will see, or you might end up with the tiles on the shower floor being just a little bit higher than the drain. It might be 1/16 of an inch, sometimes 1/8 of an inch. So of course we don't want this edge to be sharp. This is also important, because right now this is, I mean, it's fairly, you can feel it, it's not tumbled like that. So if in such situation when the tiles on the shower floor are slightly higher, what I will do, I will slightly buff the edge of the cutout, just slightly running this on the side of the blade, and I can show you this on this piece. And it's done. This gives us nice smooth edge, almost a little bit in 45, just a little bit, but it's not sharp anymore. It's more like the tumbled edge that we had over here. So this is our cutout. Let me work real quick on 3 remaining pieces, and we will go upstairs to see how it fits. Z mojej strony tutaj sobie. Trust me, it's not that dangerous. Alright, so we have all the... Let me smooth out the edges a little bit. And like you've seen, the diamond blade in a wet saw, it will not cut you. You can touch it. In order for that diamond to cut, you have to put really a little bit of a pressure. I would say more, really a lot of pressure, and have everything nicely blocked to cut it. So let's say when you're working with this and accidentally you touch the blade, as you can see, nothing will happen. It will never cut you. You're probably surprised, but this is how it works. This is not a jigsaw. This is wet cutting, and it works a little bit differently. But in order to have precise cuts, you have to get closer to the blade. You cannot achieve this type of quality cuts without using professional tool and actually doing really precise craftsmanship on those pieces. So this is what it takes. All right, have all the pieces in place. Let's go upstairs and I'll show you in a few seconds how those nicely fits.